Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is it is the last Wednesday of the month. And I give myself a little bit of a vacation, but I said I'd stop by for a few minutes just to say hi, just to say thank you. Do a little bit of a pre-wrap up coming up for Friday. Introduce what's going on for the rest of the week. So, some of you may know that we have a 24-hour live stream going at the same time that we're live now. We had also released a song for the holidays, and I think that it was well received. It's the instant Christmas classic called Christmas is Better Without Okra. That is it. And we also have a video coming out soon. Lulu Bell and Enea, welcome. So glad that you are here. And I am really happy that you are able to enjoy that, Lulu Bell. Thank you so much. Good morning, Ruby. So glad you were able to make it in this morning. I almost did not go live. I'm just going to keep it stack. I've been on a little bit of a vacation. We've been going strong for almost 3 years. So I said, you know what? I had a little break when I was away on my business trip. And it was a business trip. I was there on business, taking video for our social media, but also doing the things for I was able to take a little bit of a break because there was no piano. I couldn't log that around. I guess I could have gone live on location, and but we don't want to incite riots and stuff. So it's like, really, if I go live, no one's gonna be rioting. No one, unless I'm showing a live of a riot as it's happening. But we're just so grateful for each and every one of you. So I just want to say good morning to Enea. Popped on first. And Lulu Bell was here. And then, you guys have been watching off and on. I'm going to do a wrap up of the year. We went almost double this year. If I'm keeping it in perspective, let me look at this thing. If you don't make a note of it, who will? Right? No, let's not do that. Who will if you don't make a note of it? Who will? So if you go into my studio, and and we can talk about it. Oh, no, no, I got the hiccups. That was not in the plan. Okay. Uh, Analytics. I was just like, wait, where am I? Let's go to the Analytics tab. And the last year, I've added 300. Well, I have not added, but you guys have come alongside the channel. I've added 302 subscribers in the last 365 days. And so, for a lot of you, that may not seem like a lot. But for a small channel, it's like, yo, now that is amazing. It's been steady. It's been steady. My best day was the Thursday, November 2nd. But it's been 1, 2, 3, 4. So almost one per day, a little bit less than one per day. And in terms of how many people have looked at the channel and they say, David, you're not really selling anything. And it's like, that's, you don't have you don't push the mailing list. You're not pushing a book or a course or anything like that. And that's like, that's okay. I could be selling, just waking up laryngitis. Oh no, Ruby. I'm sorry to hear. I'm just seeing that now. Lucretia, happy holidays. Thank you. Thank you for coming through. Lucky. What? Y'all, this lady can sing. Yo, yeah, she. You think I could sing? Mm-mm. Nowhere close. Nowhere close, Lucretia. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So yes, that is where we are. Good morning, Doc. Absolutely. We are grateful for you. So glad you're able to pop in. We're just doing a quick pre wrap up. And on the YouTube side, if you were to come over, join us over there, there is a vibrant conversation going on. And in there, Ruby and Lulu Bella cutting it up over here. So good. But just wanting to say thank you. Almost 100% growth this year. There were some strategic changes that were made mid-year that seem to have borne fruit in terms of growing the channel. Cretia says, no lies, David. You know what? I'm just let you guys see all the things going on. It's like no lies, no lies. Oh, and the greetings are even coming through from YouTube to Facebook and cross pollinating. We don't take it for granted. We don't take it for granted. You see me raising my hands and just make sure my cameras are still working. It's just like, what, Dave? Are you talking about? It's like, yeah. Sometimes you just have to make sure. If I were to switch my camera or not. This one has a designated camera selected. I'd have to change it there. Okay. That one. Or this one. So, anywho. All right, so here we are. In this is like, no lies, David. No, yes, Lucretia says, no lies, David. I'm like, no, you know. You know. Don't even try. Don't even try. So yes, it's almost doubled this year, and we are eternally grateful in terms of being able to reach people in songwriting, in just every capacity. Um, it's been wonderful, and I think one of the things we're going to be looking at next year is doing a little bit more production, both for myself and my family, and it's gonna be cool. Looking forward to doing more teaching, and on a limited scale, maybe once a month, we'll do master classes, different things, showing the people how we do what we do. So, in interviewing some more of the community, bringing some community members more, because I don't know everything. So, if we could talk about how we can make that go, that would be awesome. Had an interview series going, done like about 4 or 5 of those, and then fell off. These things happen. So we trying to just make it work, where the intersection of your passion and your expertise collide, finding a way to make that intersection work. We talked about tech, we talked about media, we talked about music, talked about impact, and we talk about impact every stream, and yeah, that's how it goes, and the impact comes from us recognizing our hands, our voice, our heart powered by love can make a difference, and our lived experience. The things that you have lived and learned can be the building block for someone else, right? So I say it all the time. The your lived experience can be the building block We don't want to be the stumbling block. And so, if someone's stumbling around, your lived experience can be the difference in how they are able to get over. So, don't hold it back. I encourage you to utilize your gift and make that difference. All right. I had a I had a um, for pretty much everybody on this that commented, I know where you're watching from, or at least I think I know where you're watching from. If I say you're watching from Trinidad and you're not, that's okay. You could, but you're from Trinidad. Lucretia is one of the saints growing up. I had the privilege of listening to, and man, she and her brother were a dynamic duo. It was the BB and CC of Trinidad and Tobago, and they were amazing, and they still are. But CJ, as far as I understood, lives in Canada, and Lucretia was still in Trinidad, and they still get together from time to time, as families are wont to do. WONT, want to do, as they desire to do. Or they may be on the outs, and I don't know, and they haven't spoken to each other in years. I don't believe is the case. Anyway, David, stop trying to put people business out in the street. What I'm trying to say is they were a dynamic duo, and they blessed me growing up to be able to hear them, hear their artistry, and it helped form what I do. And so, and we were compatriots, around the same age and same friend circles. So that was, that was a thing. And so we want to make sure that if you are here and as you're coming in or going out, we would request that you click on the like button. And if you come over to the YouTube side, you hit that subscribe, and we would be forever grateful. Moving right along. We're also running a 24/7 live stream. Right now it's holiday music, and there is the instant Christmas classic in there. Christmas is better without okra, right? Um, it is a song that it's a ballad, and in terms of how these things are categorized, but the melody is very soothing. I'm going to say, for me, the message is very impactful, but the melody is soothing, and I really do appreciate it. So anyway, I've been talking for a minute. No one's put a song in the list, so I'm gonna just kind of play one real quick. It says, Christmas to you this year. We wish you all a happy new year. And angels sing glory to the newborn King. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to you this year. We sing this song to you with no fear. Give to you. Angels sing glory to the King. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. 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 Merry Christmas to you this year. We bring this song to you, no tears. Angels sing glory to the newborn King. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Mark Chambers, yes, good morning, wonderful morning to you. Kirk Nugent, what? Yo, thank you for coming through. And as always, for people to get the full effect, we bring that in. So, hey, right, so you can see everybody together, all on the same screen. We all sing with the same song. All right, and my greeter, Enne Nea. Yeah, Kirk, see that name? Enne Nea. All right, I believe that's how it's pronounced. And Enne has not corrected me like that. And even sending the greeting cross platform. That's the beauty of live. And Kirk is the one that I first heard talking about your lived experience and your passion and your skills and knowledge joining forces with so you have your passion, your knowledge, and your lived experience all coming together to form something that can be used to make the difference in someone's life. Your lived experience, your passions, your skill set can form of a wrapped around a story can help someone form can be the building block for someone else, not a stumbling block, building block for someone else that can help them get over the line. And just doing the wrap up, the pre wrap up, because we're gonna do the wrap up on Friday. That is gonna be the day we're gonna make it happen. Because Monday next week is the 1st January, hitting the ground running with all of the things. it's like it's like New Year's resolution. Come in, you know. Buck Buck number one is a story that the comedian. He had the show with the family, Mr. Huxtable. I can't remember the name of the show and the name of the actor. That's okay. I could see his face in my mind. He tells a story of um, uh, I had it all mapped out in my mind. I had it all mapped out in my mind. I just drew a blank. Um, shoot, man, let's go. Come on. He tells a story of Fat Albert. Thank you. Fat Albert is like, hey, 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 Buck number one, come in. It's like when they're coming in, they run and throw themselves on top of each other. It was all good until Fat Albert came around, and everyone is like, oh no, we're not going down like that. So, your lived experience can be the 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 stumbling block. No, we don't want that. We want it to be the building block for someone else. And just how you got over. Um, you know, there is a story told of a church that has one of the largest AA platforms that you can't find, but they're doing the things live, meaning they said I'm telling the story all wrong. Stop. That storytelling is one of the things that I'm going to be working on in this year. I know someone who tells great stories. One of them, I know two people that tells great stories. One of them is Kirk. Another one of them is a young lady by the name of Denita Lachelle Jones. I'm going to be picking her mind this year in getting the tools and the tips to tell better stories. Tell better stories. I tell a story of me, my life, as growing up in the island of Trinidad and Tobago, where people eat okra and people who don't. I'm one of the ones who didn't. Millions didn't make it, but I was one of the ones who did. See, I did not eat okra, right? Well, my mom served it to us, and it was always painful for me to finish my food when we had okra. Do I have to eat it? He's like, yes, you have to eat it. So I ate it as a kid, and that was not my testimony as an adult. I could make the choice not to. Growing up in Trinidad and Tobago, you can see, the flag right here. And the land of the steel drum, which I never mastered. I can play a tune or two. Give me enough time, we'll figure it out. Came to the United States as an adult for school. Had to go through adjusting to the cold. And now I'm acclimatized because I've spent more time living here in the United States than I have in in the islands. Learned music as a kid, kept it as an adult, and it has helped to fuel stages and places that I never would have if I didn't have this skill and passion. Met my wife while I was in college. We got together, had 2 kids, and we're still together. Praise the Lord. And and that is a whole story all in itself. How we got together, how we have stayed together despite obstacles and choices that were made. It's like mistakes were made. Let me tell you something about the grace of God. That woman, I'll tell you right now, if I didn't know what the love of God is, I wouldn't be able to talk to you. I'm just gonna keep it a stack, right? So your story can be, and there's a power in the testimony that you can get over based on your testimony, right? By the word you get over by the word of the Lamb and the word of your testimony. This is the cheat code, Kirk says. And he's right. He said, you can't tell me anything about unforgiveness because I have seen it. I have felt it, and it has changed my life to the point where you can't tell me anything, one, about my God or my wife, because I have felt the love. Blessings to you, Goga, and we forgive you for putting this word in the chat. The forgiveness extends, right? You extend. Jesus says, I'm not going to forgive you if you can't forgive your brethren, right? So we put it out there. The cheat code is your story. So I encourage you to tell your story. This year we'll be doing a little bit more teaching. I've talked about ECAM enough that I feel within my power to show you guys how to utilize it. Because some of you may want to use it. It's like, some of you may want to use it. Some of you may want to use it. And let me just drop this back onto the screen there. So if anyone on the YouTube side, anyone on the Facebook side, not seeing this powerful conversation happening here in the chat, you can make that. And I don't know if Kirk is going live. He's been on vacation this week, and wanting to, because I could stop talking. I really was gonna be only here for half an hour. I did not come. I was like, I'm not gonna be before you long. That is not my jam. And it 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 turned out to be longer than. And when you start talking about your story, you can't help but get fired up because there is. So he's off script. Oh no. Sorry to hear that, bro. Condolences, Kirk. Yeah. Bro, there is Yeah, I'm taking requests. I'm taking requests. Taking requests, but I wanted to just stop by and do the pre wrap up for today. And this is why it's important to tell your story. It's important to let people know. Let people know one that they loved, but also share the wisdom that you've gained from your life experience, from your lived experiences, right? So I don't let a day go by. I try not to, without letting my friends and family know that I care about them. To the point where my my wife and daughter, they were ragging on me the other day. It's like, you call people. Who does that? It's like, you just text them. I'm just like, for me, that hearing the voice is what I'm a music guy. Sound is important, right? And so yes, you could send a text, but sometimes the nuance of what you're saying, how it's said, is important. So I call them, and they pick up the phone because they know I call, right? I call, and so I've heard the horror stories. One guy, um, he's a young guy, was sick back in Trinidad, and his best friend came to visit him in Trinidad. His best friend came to visit him in Trinidad. When he got there, he got to the island. I think it was like a Wednesday, and he went to visit. He went to visit family down in the south of the island. He came back and was kind of late. He's like, "Do I want to go stop by and visit?" He said, "Nah, I'll do it tomorrow." And he passed away that night. So he came to the island to see his friend. Never got to see him alive again. Have a conversation. Say I love you. He's like, "Oh man, if you're doing this." So never take the opportunity to share with someone for granted. Never do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's why. I mean, FOMO for me is a real thing, right? I don't want to miss out. It's like, it's a party going on. Oh, okay, I want to be there. Because you never know when you'd get another chance. Just in Egypt 2 weeks ago, it's a phenomenal experience. The pyramids, all the temples, and stuff like that. One of the things that struck me is like, there are police, armed police, sitting on the corners of streets, like every 3 or 4 blocks. There's a police officer in the car, sitting on the side of the road. So they're not holed up in the station or traveling on the road. They're sitting in the community. That's a different vibe. It's like, crime is not that much of a. I mean, there is crime. Trust me, stuff happens. People have larcenous tendencies. There is crime, but not like, robbery on the street or anything. Nah, police right there. Those guys have submachine guns. Yo, no, not even to them. But just like the presence of the military is ever present in their life. And just like, yo, we don't mess around. But even with that, still, people. die and you family members and stuff like that, you want to make sure that you're giving people the real. So Goga comes to us and he's doing, the yoga. You go from warrior pose to downward dog. You do the Shavasta, the upward greeting, child's pose, whatever, utilizing the mind and the body there to come in harmony and get yourself right. Kirk has a number of shows, but one of them is the morning motivation and media. Absolutely fire. Coming from his wisdom. He has a quote the day, and he talks about it, ties it into a story, and he has lived all over the world as well, multiple experiences, able to share that. Goga also comes on the Sunday service and on the midweek service, talks about things YouTube, dealing with even how to set up Nightbot. I have Nightbot running in here, and one of the things that I learned from Goga is how to set up commands. So if you type house on YouTube, if you type the word house, just house, it will drop your link. So you don't have to wait for the moderator to drop your link. You can do it yourself. It's right there, running in the just type house without the quotes. And that will drop your channel link. I learned that from Goga. And learn and do, right? You see it, you learn it, you do it, make it happen. And I could add and there are other timed comments that Nightbot will throw up from time to time. He has a skill. He learned it from somebody or from YouTube University, and now he is teaching it. So he becomes the expert. If I have a Nightbot question, I'm going to Goga, because that's the dude that taught me initially, right? Ecamm, I'm going to Kirk. I mean, granted, I've been around Ecams, like I pretty much could go straight to the developers because I have access to them. They have a Facebook group, the beta group, where they're active receiving, like, hey, this didn't work, and could you fix that? Half an hour later, they have a fix. These guys are phenomenal. But yeah, so if I have an Ecamm question or a StreamYard question, we're like, yo, Kirk, how do you do this in StreamYard? He's like, you know what? I have a video for that. Go here, check this out. Or you just tell you. I remember when I was setting up, she's like, Kirk, how do you schedule the joint? He's like, oh, just hit this button right here. Boom, schedule. And you're done. Right? So Yvette, yes. And so glad you are here. Nate ma wa you. Nate wa ma you. Yes, good morning. Hand pink waving. Hand pink waving. Yvette. So, yes, it's been a while. It has been a while. We've got some purple around. We've got some purple around the avatar. Oh, so what that looks like. Absolutely. Oh, okay, not the chovi, not the chovi. Okay. Not the wamayu. Like done. Absolutely. So wanted to just share that you take every opportunity to let people know that they are appreciated. Let people know that you love them, because you never know when you'd get a chance to see them again. Life is not promised. Life is not promised. Nate is Kenyan, I believe, living in Saudi Arabia and sharing all of the experiences. Every time I turn around, Nate got a video. I'm like, Nate Jovi, Nate wa Mayu. It's like, what is going on? But I love it, and therefore all of it, because the more we are together, the happier we shall be. The more we are together. And I think there was a song. Sorry. I think there was a song. Yes, and here we have Goga typing house. He tried to type title, but that is not a command, I believe, that is active. And sure enough, Nightbot put his link. Granted, he's a moderator. He can he can drop his own link at any time. But you want to connect with Goga there. And he's a little ball of energy. Hey, how you doing? So glad that you are here. This is it's probably an African thing. It's like, hey, and it's a party. Right? That's the way it is. Okay, let me put a star next to this song. John P. Key, Life and Favor. You don't know my story. I don't remember that. It's not kicking anything out to me. Yes. Ha! You need to hit 1K, David, before the end of this year. I would like that to happen, but it's like we can make it. We got 5 more days, 6 more days, 4 more days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 more days. We can make it. We're right now. I'm gonna need 281 people. Would need, maybe I should say 281 accounts, because there are some people who have more than one active account. So you subscribe from your phone with one account, and then you subscribe from your iPad or your computer with your other account, and make, you know, that adds to the numbers. All the numbers count. All right, so let me see if I can find this song. Let me see if I can find this song in Inea. We are going to find this song and make it work. No, I'm just, oh, look at that. We're at 779 now. 208, 220, not 280. I apologize. 220 subscribers to hit 1,000. We can make this a thing. We can make this a thing. We can make this a thing. YouTube, John P. Key. John P. Key. And Allison, so glad that you are here. You know what? Let me put it on the thing so everybody can see what it is I'm doing over there. So there's Allison Spence. Whoa. We have to lock the scenes. David, lock your scenes Please don't do that. Whew. Okay, now it's locked in place. I was trying to find where it is that it's like Ecamm is fired. Absolutely, Yvette. Ecamm is absolutely fire. And so here's John P. Key in favor. You see my mouse? You see my mouse there? John P. Key. You don't know my story. You don't know my story. I'm just not hearing it. Just not hearing it.
Some people have seen where God has brought you from. They don't really understand it.
Okay, we don't want to get the copyrighty thing. Let's switch that up. Let's switch that up. Okay. Okay. You don't know my story. You don't know the things that you have come through. You cannot imagine pain and trials I've been to endure. God has been faithful through. He promised He never leave me. My story proves that God can use me. You don't know my story. My story. Wow. You don't know my story. You don't know my story. Wrong note there. You don't know my story. God's miraculous intervention and work in our lives through specific and events leading to true repentance, that is a testimony. Uh, Sick holidays to you. Happy holidays to you and your family. Allison, thank you. Nate wa mayu. You're welcome. Always loves your songs and your voice. Lee, good day to you. Sorry I missed the lives over the. Actually, I was there for a little bit. Meredith. Here you go. Link for the song. Okay. Cool beans. Wow. Your gift is impressive. I don't know about all of that. It's just like my lived experience having been playing the piano now for about 42 years, right? 40, it's longer than 42. I've been playing the piano for 44 years. That's longer than some people have been alive. Right. So for a lot of those years, I don't play like I play now. I just listen to a song but my lived experience has allowed me to listen to the song in the first, you know, 10 seconds. I listened to it for a little bit. You might have heard it come through. It's like, you're at 784 now. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. There's just 216 more to go. 216 to go to 1,000. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. Absolutely fire. But, being able to listen to the song, for me, I would say like, oh yeah, no, that's easy. You look at that and go, wow, that's amazing. But if I were not live doing this now, you would not know that there is someone who can do that. And therefore, you can too. Now, I haven't taught you what I do to be able to do that. Actually, when I might have given you the idea, but the expertise comes with practice. So I didn't know all the things ins and outs of ECAM, but the expertise comes with practicing the right thing, like locking my scenes, like having a checklist, a pre-list for the run of show, having the run of show, setting that up, and I use my timestamps in. Yeah, that's my cheat code. Especially for my curated live streams where I'm just playing the songs. I'm putting out the content that way. I have my timestamps preordained, so I know I'm gonna play this song for 5 minutes, play it for 5 minutes, switch to the next song, play that one for 10 minutes, depending on the program and how it goes. That's my cheat code. So when you see my YouTube descriptions, it's usually for Monday and Wednesday. That's my cheat code. If I didn't do that, it would be a chaos. Writing stuff down. Write it down. Write it down. Make a note of it. At the end of the day, I stopped doing this in the last month or in the last 2 months or so. But it was really helpful for me to go through the day and write down what it is. So I didn't do it at the beginning of the year, so that at the end of the year, when I'm doing my wrap up, now I have a way of seeing how much. I have a way of seeing how much. Just listen to me here. I have a way of getting that metric because I can go back. YouTube keeps track. So I can go back to the last 365 days and by extrapolation figure out how many subscribers have joined. And I've lost subscribers. So it's the net gain of subscribers from me or from the views or for whatever metric it is I'm looking at. YouTube keeps track. But it would be good to have like at the beginning of the year I was at 362 subscribers. And now at the end of the year we're looking at 780. Or 784. All right. NNA, thank you so much for the updates. Making a difference in the life of one person is powerful. Kirk has been doing this for a little bit longer than I. Well, we started around the same time. A clear message, a clear focus. You have your niche, and that has changed. You made shifts, and I've pretty much stayed in the same lane. Narrowed it down just a little bit, and we've had sessions with gurus, and they said, David, this is the way. Now I gotta walk in it. This is the way. Right, Mandalorian, this is the way. Absolutely. And I have some ideas for, different podcasts and things that I'm working towards those. When we make the final, because this studio is going to be moving. Once this studio is moved into its new location, there'll be a whole lot more opportunity to expand and make things happen. I probably could make things happen now. We'll see. So we've talked about it today. Your lived experience, the junction, your lived experience, your skill set, and your passion come together. If you can find a way to teach it and people say even monetize it, you'd be golden. You never burn out. Never burn out. I could do this all day. Talk, but I'm talking about play music all day. Give me a chance, I'd be playing music all day. Give me a minute. Write songs on the fly. I did one earlier. I can't remember what it is, but I did it. And I just go back to it and listen to it, which is what happened with the okra song, right? The Christmas is better without okra. He's like, so earlier, I just remembered what I played. I played So the thing in my mind is I heard Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. That's all I had, right? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. So then I started going, Merry Christmas to you this year. We hope you didn't have a trying to rhyme. Just trying to rhyme, just we wish you all of this with no fear. I mean, just there's so many different ways you can. That's why every time I sing the song, it's different. Because I didn't write these words down ahead of time and just making them up as I go, which is the essence of language, right? The essence of a speech, the essence of a story. Just being able to bring it like that. Angels sing to the newborn King. All our gifts we bring. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Right? That was the tagline that you gotta have that, right? We can figure out the rest as you go. And a lot of times songs would take shape and change and going along, even like the instant Christmas classic. Instant Christmas classic was Christmas is better without okra. The melody line that I ended up with was different from the one that I started with as I went through and iterated. All right. You start, you come back to it, you repeat, make it better, come back to it, repeat, make it better, make it flow. It's like, it's just like a canvas. And I showed you guys Bob Roy or Robert Roy or whatever his name is, the artist. Starts with a blank canvas and he puts some colors. And he has in mind a picture that he wants to paint. But in order to get there, you have to have the main, and then you have to put the mountains in the background, and then you put some trees on there and some birds, and maybe you have the sun or the moon if it's a nighttime, and then there's some rocks on this side because it's a lake. Okay, so it's a lake and there's a mountain in the background, so you have to put the water, and it's a lake, so there's going to be reflections. So you have the shoreline or the water line for the other side of the lake, right? And so if it goes from this side to that side and it gets to a certain point, you have to put that line, and then now you put the reflections of the trees that you drew on the mountain. You put the reflections in. There's a rock or there's a fish that jumps out of the water. It's a bass or a trout or catfish or something. Well, catfish don't really jump out the water, but trout does. And you can put the trout there and make that trout show up a certain way, and you could the lines in the trout, for or the ribs or the fins or whatever it was you want to show, fins and the gills. Sorry, the lines in the side, David. Really, they're called gills. And so you tell that story, and always fascinated with that. It's like, how is he doing that? Yeah, well, the same way I just came up with a song on the fly without any prompts. Except you guys were talking about, you gotta sing a song for okra. It's just like, put okra in the song. I'm like, no. We try to stay away from okra. Y'all coming back to it. And he's like, it's you guys that really fuel that conversation. So, just making the choice to share. That's the essence. What it is I do. Make a choice to share each and every day. And so I just want to say thank you guys. It's 7:35. I think that's a good stopping point. We've been going for about an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes. Oof, man, I really was only going to go for half an hour. That was my intent. But life happens. So I want to say thank you to all of you who came through today. Even for NNA suggesting that song, I gotta come back and listen to that one. I gotta come back and listen to that one. You don't know my story. Yes, Yvette, type that house and get Nightbot to drop the link. Allison Spence, you are in the UK. And as promised, so glad to have been here, that you were able to make it good afternoon to you. It's a good Friday. If you could see Shireen Taylor, if you see Shireen, tell her I say hello. Yes, Yvette. Nightbot will drop the link. Nightbot will drop the links. Can I put that over here? Oh no, I don't have it for all scenes. I don't have it for all scenes. I don't have it for all scenes. Yeah, if you type house, Nightbot is a moderator on the channel. It's a bot that you can leave commands to. A Nightbot is not the only one. There are other ones out there. But Nightbot seems to be the most popular one. I've had Nightbot dropping the periodic. There are timed links or after a certain number of comments. I think it's like 50 comments or 15 minutes, whichever is greater. Yeah. Nightbot will stop by and say, hey, go to buy me a coffee or whatever it is. It says, I forget. You gotta love being in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gotta love being in the house. It's really, it's really the thing that helps. You have to do it. There's no better way than doing it live, right? So even I remember, and this is something I learned that I could do. I didn't know I could do it until I was at Kirk's live stream. We used to have a late on a Friday night during the pandemic and beyond. Um, we don't do it on a regular basis now, unless they're doing it on a regular basis and not telling me. I don't believe they're doing it on a regular basis, but just being able to listen to a story, come up with some 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 text, a script, put it to music, set it to music in a couple of hours. I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing until, you know, did it live with Kirk. I didn't know I could do it until I did it live. So, absolutely. So, I know you wouldn't do it. I was just being facetious. But everything that you can do in a studio, you can do it live. Guys come together and it's like, oh, wow, 2 hours, boom, they put a song together. Sometimes it happens like that. Other times, it's like you send the bass part out, you send the guitar parts out, and then they come together and try to record. It doesn't work. No, you go back and do it again. Oh, maybe if you play an F sharp here instead of a G, you'd find, oh, that's all it takes to put it together or whatever. You can do it live. Do it live. So anyway, yeah. I hope get back into a routine next year. Absolutely. Once a month, twice a month. you're a busy guy, Kirk. We know that schedule is lit. That schedule is lit. Absolutely. And and I'm not the only one that can do it. Trust me, I know there are like Manders and that crew, that whole crew you guys get down there in Alabama. I don't know what y'all do put in the water, but it's just like talk about excellent musicians. I don't even know why you got me on the show. I was just like, fam, there's just so many great musicians you guys have down there. We're like, oh man, let's put it together and come up with a plan, make it work. No, it's fine. I'm glad to be in the number. I'm glad to be in the number. Logic, Cubase, Studio One, awesome digital audio workstations. Absolutely, Vet. Absolutely. Ableton Live. There's some guys now that are putting Ableton Live. And now there are even some AI tools out there that are just killing the game. For example, if I wanted to take this John P. Key song and break it down, figure out what the drummer is doing, figure out what the bassist is doing, or even the piano, I can put it into any of a number of AI tools that I subscribe to in Lalal.ai, Moises.ai, and extract the parts as a producer, bring it in, sample it, and make my whole song based on that. See, here's Nightbot again. You don't have to wait for YouTube to support the channel. Just click davidhunt.link/support. Every song counts. Every sound counts. Every song counts. I can't even read my own script. Yo, reading is fundamental. Hashtag listen. We all about it. Right? We all about it. Oh man. Okay, reading is fundamental. That's good. All right. That's it. I said I wasn't going to be before you long, and here I am, an hour and a half later. We about to get out of here. Thank you guys for sticking around, for chiming in, for sharing your insights, even as we do this pre wrap up. And on Friday, we'll have some pictures from Egypt, as well as the infamous um, plate that was mentioned in the instant Christmas classic. We still have the 24-hour live stream running. It's holiday songs. You don't have to listen to it actively if you don't want. Just put it in your browser and let it play. You get those those watch hours. Take care, y'all. Remember to utilize your hands. Let me just go full screen for this one. Utilize your hands, your voice, and your heart to make life better for someone. Oh, look at that. What the? I like that. It's something that Ecamm added, and gestures. It's like it's probably from Continued. I think it's a Mac OS feature. Is that Mac OS, Kirk? I forget. Regardless, you want to speak to me about? Okay, yeah, sure. We can talk about it, Yvette. If you guys want to get a hold of me, check me out on my bio page. It's davidhunt.link/bio. Um, yeah, and book a date on there. I've been thinking about switching to Calendly instead of Sleek Bio. Um, Sleek Bio was from AppSumo. It was like $20 or $40 or something like that, lifetime. And you get this bio page that you can put all your links on. I'm like, I do that all day. Calendly, I believe, is a monthly subscription. Unless you got into Calendly from AppSumo in the early days, like Ecamm. Ecamm was on AppSumo at one time. $30 for the professional version, lifetime. Until, of course, they came up with version as a 3.8 or 4.0 with the multi-streaming and all the other stuff they added. I love Calendly. He said, "And he responds." Yeah, just pick a date on there. We can make it happen. Okay. Cool beans. All right. I believe that's all I have today. Be the reason someone smiles today. And remember, at the junction of your skills, your learned, your lived life experience is the opportunity to create a building block for someone else based around your story. This is David Hunt, the minstrel. We are just grateful for you being here today. Thanking you for coming to this end of year wrap up, pre wrap up. We'll see you on Friday morning, same bad time, same bad channel. And Kirk will be praying for you and your family, and for all of you who are mourning this holiday season. But also, if you have need, just leave a comment below, and we'll definitely look forward to getting you taken care of. Also looking towards 1K by the end of the year. Not that Jovi. I said we can do it. Just looking for 216 faithful followers. Allison Spence, come on over to YouTube and subscribe there. All of you on Facebook, come on over. The water's fine. We'll see you all in the next video, y'all. Later. Take care.